In 2004, the Boston Red Sox won the World Series for the first time since 1918, putting an 86-year-long curse away after many years of disappointment since trading away Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees, sparking the curse of the Bambino.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner, here comes Knight and the Mets win it!
The 2004 season was one of the most incredible runs in Red Sox history. And what if I were to tell you that it was the Mariners that helped the Red Sox break the curse? Well, here I am to explain. And before I get into this video, hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell for future content. In 1996, the Seattle Mariners were struggling to compete for the playoffs while chasing the Texas Rangers for the division, or chasing the Orioles for the wild card. The Mariners were short of a third baseman due to the injury of Russ Davis, where it got to the point Edgar Martinez started at third base for a game, and then suffered an injury with a collision with Mariners catcher John Marzano. At one point, Jay Buhner even offered to play third baseman, but Lou Piniella declined. Ultimately, on August 29, 1996, the Mariners traded for third baseman Dave Hollins with the Minnesota Twins for a player to be named later.
For the ball game, the Mariners acquired Dave Hollins from the Minnesota Twins. You can see the numbers on Hollins, but the important thing is he is a third baseman and a switch hitter. That gives Lou Piniella almost an extra bat in the lineup.
And that happened to be David Ortiz. The only notable thing he did for the Mariners was when he showed off his power in his bat in Wisconsin, impressing Alex Rodriguez.
The future of baseball right in front of him.
Dave Hollins did contribute well for the Mariners in the month of September to help the Mariners close the division gap with the Texas Rangers down to one game. But the Mariners would fall apart in the final week of the regular season, missing out on the division and the wild card. Dave Hollins was let go after the 1996 season since Russ Davis was back from injury for the 1997 season. In the 1997 season, the Mariners led the division for the entire season, with the best offense in baseball led by Ken Griffey Jr., Alex Rodriguez, Edgar Martinez, and Jay Buhner. The team even had a solid starting rotation of Randy Johnson, who re-emerged after his injured 1996 season. Jamie Moyer and Jeff Fassero also contributed well in the rotation, but the team was plagued by the worst bullpen in baseball led by Bobby Ayala and Norm Charlton. A game that really stood out to best explain the futility of the bullpen was on July 30th. The Mariners had a 7-2 lead against the Boston Red Sox, but Bobby Ayala, Norm Charlton, and Edwin Hurtado contributed to a meltdown where the Boston Red Sox would erase the deficit and win the game. Desperate for bullpen help, the Mariners turned to their farm system and traded away several key players. On top of the Mariners trading away Jose Cruz Jr. to the Toronto Blue Jays for Mike Timlin and Paul Spoljaric, Mariners traded away prospects catcher Jason Varitek and pitcher Derek Lowe for Heathcliff Slocum, who was already struggling with the Boston Red Sox to the point that he was nearly cut from the team. But Red Sox general manager Dan Duquette held on to him with the hopes of increasing any kind of value, since he was previously an all-star in the 1995 season with the Philadelphia Phillies, and luckily for the Red Sox, the Mariners caved. These expensive moves for the Mariners arguably stabilized the bullpen somewhat to help them win the American League West, giving them the ticket for the 1997 playoffs.
3-2 pitch. He got it, and the Mariners are champions of the AL West.
However, they would ultimately go down to the Baltimore Orioles in the American League Division Series in 4 games. Heathcliff Slocum would eventually be let go after an atrocious 1998 season. In the first half of David Ortiz's time with the Twins, he split time in the major leagues and the minor leagues, displaying great potential as a power hitter for the future. He eventually got consistent playing time after the 1999 season. Although he played decent for the Twins, including helping the Twins get to the American League Championship Series in 2002, Ortiz suffered some injuries, and the Twins attempted to trade David Ortiz but couldn't find anyone to trade with. Eventually, the Twins released him after the 2002 season and was picked up by the Boston Red Sox for the 2003 season. Jason Varitek was drafted by the Mariners as a first-rounder in 1994, and he played well in the minor leagues while Derek Lowe spent time in the minor leagues from 1991 to 1997 with mixed performances. He eventually got playing time in 1997, but did not pitch well in 9 starts with the Mariners. After they were traded to Boston, Jason Varitek quickly got playing time starting in the 1998 season and would emerge as a regular catcher for the Boston Red Sox, and even a 3-time All-Star throughout his time in Boston. Derek Lowe eventually developed into a closer at first from 1999 to 2001, and eventually emerged as a starter in the 2002 season.
Lanky right-hander is ready. 2-2 pitch is swung on and bounced to second base. Sanchez to Offerman, a no-hitter.
With Jason Varitek and Derek Lowe developing into core contributors to the Red Sox on top of stars Pedro Martinez, Manny Ramirez, and Nomar Garciaparra, the Red Sox finally seem that they have put it together to compete at least for the playoffs. The key move that seemed to have finally put them into the playoffs was picking up David Ortiz, who was recently cut by the Twins. David Ortiz at the time had a career year, putting up 31 home runs, 101 RBIs, a .288 batting average, along with a .369 on-base percentage. With all these combined contributions, this was enough to edge the Mariners by 2 games for the wildcard spot to make the playoffs. The Red Sox edged out of the Oakland A's in the American League Division Series and took the Yankees to 7 games.
Ortiz gets into one to right. This one is at the wall and gone. David Ortiz greets David Wells with a first pitch home run to right. It's 5-2.
But with 5 outs away, a collapse occurred, and Aaron Boone eventually belted the game-winning home run.
In the 8th inning, leading by 3, as Boone hits it to deep left. That might send the Yankees to the World Series. Boone, a hero in Game 7.
In the 2004 offseason, the Boston Red Sox made an attempt to trade for Alex Rodriguez, who the Rangers were trying to get rid of after the 2003 season. Initially, it looked like it was going to be a done deal, but however, the MLB Players Association vetoed the trade due to A-Rod taking too much of the pay cut in order to go to Boston. He was ultimately traded to the heated rival New York Yankees. Despite the hiccup in the offseason, the Red Sox made the playoffs as a wild card and faced off against the New York Yankees in the American League Championship Series. The Red Sox fell to an 0-3 deficit.
It's into right field, well hit back at the wall. Olerud has gone deep and it's 3-0.
And it seemed that it was all but over in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series, but an amazing comeback effort and a walk-off home run by David Ortiz forced a Game 5. In Game 5, the Boston Red Sox won again with David Ortiz's walk-off hit.
Running to the plate, and he can keep on running to New York. Game 6 tomorrow night.
Red Sox won again in Game 6, even with Alex Rodriguez trying to slap his way to a Yankees victory, and it came down to Game 7. As for Game 7, it wasn't even close, with home runs by David Ortiz and Johnny Damon.
And here's Ortiz. He rips one into right field. Back at the wall, 2-0 Red Sox. Trying to do the same. Damon hits it in the air to right field. Sheffield back in the corner. At the wall, a grand slam.
And an amazing pitching performance by Derek Lowe. The Red Sox won the American League Championship Series, being the first team in Major League Baseball history to win off an 0-3 deficit, and would eventually win the 2004 World Series, breaking the curse.
Back to Folk. Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
And to you, Boston fans, if there is anyone to thank for the breaking of the curse of the Bambino, it is the Seattle Mariners for their boneheaded trades in 1996 and 1997. So thank them every opportunity you can. And thanks for watching. If you really enjoyed these nostalgic videos like this one, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And if you have any other nostalgic ideas, please put them in the comments. And thanks for watching.